Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of the new Tony Molina record, Dissed and Dismissed. Tony Molina is a California singer-songwriter who is following up a 7-inch he dropped on Matador Records a little while back, as well as the Embarrassing Times EP. He has also put in time as a vocalist and a guitar player for the punk band Ovens, a band whose sound is loud, it's lo-fi, it's poppy, it's sweet, it's melodic, it's energetic. A lot of these same characteristics carry on into Tony's music as well, and the dude has an addiction to power pop groups like Weezer and underground or indie rock from the 90s like Dinosaur Jr. or Elliott Smith, Heat Miser, Sebado. Plus, a lot of the songs that Tony writes and records are vibrantly colored with harmonized, super harmonized guitar solos that occasionally show off a classical music influence as well. So, there's definitely some finesse underneath all that grime on Tony's records. And the songs that this guy brings to the table on his LPs on this record are a mix of ballads, very pretty interludes, and sort of stone-faced power pop rockers, all of which are packaged into super short song lengths, typically landing somewhere in the 30-second to 1-minute mark. Now, this LP that we're talking about in this video was put out late last year, was a bit of an underground release, went under the radar. This year, Slumberland Records is reissuing it. It's 12 songs, the album itself runs just under 12 minutes, and every single one of these tracks are boiled down to their most basic of elements. There might be a catchy riff or a vocal melody starting off the track, and then there's a verse, and maybe, if you're lucky, the song ends off with a spectacular melodic guitar solo. But Tony's ultra-simplified approach doesn't necessarily mean that there is a lack of effort on these songs. I mean, there is an immediate sweetness to nearly all the songs here, and the guitar solos are just really fun. So not only on a level is the instrumentation on this thing impressive, but this is a bit of a concept record. A breakup record! So many songs on this LP about heartbreak, the end of a relationship, moving on past that initial breakup point. Tony sings about missing this person, going crazy being around this person, having been in a relationship where this person would build him up just to tear him down. And even though Tony's lyrical approach on this LP can be pretty basic at times, every once in a while a lyric will stick out that's like, like the glass is only being filled for the chance to have it spilled. Oh. Despite all the depressing breakup imagery, it is a fun little album. And an LP whose pacing is so fast, these songs start, end so quickly that, it's hard not to repeat the album. The album is over and done with and starting right back at the beginning before I even know it. And the beginning doesn't sound too much unlike the ending, at least when you're first listening to the record. So it's kind of like, to me, this album is the musical equivalent to a GIF, a GIF, a GIF, a GA. But it's not just how fast these songs start and end, it's how quickly they surrender their sweetest moments like a cheap one-night stand that gives this record an incomparable amount of replayability. I will try to go into the songs themselves a little bit, but they are so freaking brief. All the guitar riffs are fairly catchy and straightforward. They have a really crunchy tone to them. The bass, the drums are hidden away in the background. The vocals seem overdubbed for a nice, very layered effect that makes them kind of pop out. It's a rough recording, but the songs shine through, even with the sort of apathetic indie rock vocals that are layered on top of this thing. Well, will you love her back now? I love the vocal melody on the track Nowhere to Go. The song Can't Believe has one of my favorite chord progressions on this entire LP. Wandering Boy Poet is a really nice acoustic ballad on this thing. Nothing I Can Do is this really slow, heavy, distorted, monolithic in comparison to the other songs on here. Slow burner. The song Sick Ass Riff is a really nice, pretty acoustic interlude. Sick ass riff. Tony's got a sense of humor. And the song Don't Come Back is one of the longer tracks on this LP and stands out as one of my favorites because it has just this genuine feeling of, I'm over you, girl. This is over. Not only that, but it has this really awesome set of chugging guitar riffs on the back end of this song that are matched with and And the ending song has a really pretty melody to it that gives the LP a sense of finality, but the ending of the track is just so abrupt and brings it right back to the start if you are listening to the record like on an MP3 player or on a CD. Did they have this out on CD? I don't think so. To me, while this record really wears its influences on its sleeves, it's an album that to me, and this is something I've always felt for a very long time, given that I've been a huge fan of punk music for many years, but it really, really highlights the power of the short song, which we all know has been scientifically proven as a superior mode of musical expression. Just listen to this 100% true song about short songs.
Short songs are great, they don't repeat and repeat. They just give you what they've got and then they're complete. Who wants a minute's worth of ideas stretched into 4? If you really love that refrain and you want to hear it some more, just play the song again as soon as it's over. Me, I've had enough, I'm gonna move on to the next short song.
I'm feeling a strong 7 to a light 8 on this thing. Transition! If you've given this record a listen, and a very short listen, what did you think of it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Why? What do you think I should review next? And that's it. Tony Molina, Dissed and Dismissed, forever.